Hey everyone, this is my review of the film Split. Split is directed by the infamous director M. Night Shyamalan, known for such films as The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and Signs. The film stars Anya Taylor-Joy and James McAvoy. The story is about James McAvoy's character who has dissociative identity disorder. He has many personalities living inside his head, and he kidnaps these three young women and keeps them locked up in this room and has plans for them in the future. M. Night Shyamalan has had a pretty low record in recent years with movies such as The Last Airbender and After Earth, but he's come a long way since then. His directing here is a representation of his better directed films, and he's really taking a turn for the better now. I'll start off with saying that James McAvoy presents a incredible performance playing these different personalities. Each of them has its own nuance and mannerism and behavior that makes it really distinct from the others. And just the way that he's able to portray this person that has this disorder is really compelling, and you actually believe it when you're watching the film. Anya Taylor-Joy also gives a great performance. She serves as our protagonist. She's one of the teenagers that has been kidnapped, and she's trying to find a way to escape. I think she's really good in this film. She was also in The Witch, which I really liked, so I expected good things from her. With this film, I will say that there are a lot of positives, but there are also a handful of flaws. I think that the other supporting characters, especially the two other teenagers, don't really give great performances here. The acting is kind of stiff. Some of the dialogue doesn't really hit as well as it should. Because of that, you kind of it gives it this kind of comedic element, and I know that M. Night Shyamalan sometimes purposefully gives a comedic element to his horror and thriller films, but it seems like it may or may not have been on purpose the way that they deliver their lines. I think that the pacing was pretty good for the most part. It's really easy to get engaged from the beginning. You may have a couple issues, like a couple down slopes of interest, but I think the film overall is very entertaining and has a lot of things that you can enjoy inside of it. I really liked this film. I thought that it was very creative. I haven't seen a film like this. The way that it all comes together, I'm not gonna spoil the ending for any of you guys that haven't seen it yet, but he's really going back to his roots in this film. Unbreakable is my favorite film by him, which was a film he did after The Sixth Sense, I believe. And The Sixth Sense is another great film. I like it less than Unbreakable, but I still appreciate what it did for that genre and twist endings and filmmaking. So this is his third best, I would say. There's definitely a creepy tone throughout. There's a lot of uncertainty as what's going to happen, and you're not really sure where the story is leading as you follow it. I would recommend seeing Split if you haven't yet as soon as possible, just so that none of the elements get spoiled for you. I'm trying my best not to spoil it for you here, and I wouldn't want anything to ruin your experience when watching it. I want you to watch it with fresh eyes. So I would recommend going out and checking this one in the theaters. It's a worthwhile experience. It's something new, fresh, different, and if you're an M. Night Shyamalan fan, you will love this. Most likely, if you're not an M. Night Shyamalan fan, it might make you interested in him and might make you revisit some of his older films, which I definitely recommend. I can definitely see this film getting some split reactions, but I feel like most people will like the way that the story progresses, and I'm going to rate this a 7.5 out of 10. I really liked it. Like I said, there are a couple flaws here and there that didn't quite get it to a love level, but I still really like the film, and I would watch it again instantly if I could. So please go check it out. If you've seen Split, comment below. Tell me what you thought about it. If you liked it, if you thought everything came together well, if you had some of the flaws that I had in it, let me know. And if you enjoy the video, please like, please subscribe to my channel for more reviews, and have a good one. Hey everyone, this is my spoiler review of the film Split by M. Night Shyamalan. Again, spoiler review, so if you have not yet seen the film, please go out and see it because I'm going to reveal some key plot points in this review. That was your warning. So, Split. Split has a lot of really creative, really interesting elements involved. I've never really seen a film deal with DID in the way that it does. So the first thing that the film questions, like you start to question as you watch it, is this beast that he's referring to, what is it? Is it real? Is it him? Is it something that he can become? What's going on with it? And as the story goes along, it leads to this beast being revealed, and when it does, it's him. He transforms into this animalistic creature with veins popping out of his body, and he's incredibly strong. He can take shotgun bullets straight to the chest, and at that point, I mean, I was in it for the whole time, so it didn't lose me. But at that point, I was like, what is this? What's going on here? Like towards the end, it started to get a little weird for me. When Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Casey Cook, she escapes and she finds herself locked in the cage, and he comes up to her and says, "You are pure," and then he leaves her alone. That knowing what happens at the end, that gets me interested because now we know that this isn't just a regular universe. This is a quote unquote superhero universe because we have at the very end, the last scene in the diner, Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable, David Dunn, the Unbreakable Man, shows up and he references Mr. Glass, who is Samuel L. Jackson's character, and we have our M. Night Shyamalan cinematic universe. So we see that Kevin, or the Horde, is essentially a supervillain, and Casey Cook can either assist David Dunn in like catching Kevin, or maybe she ends up getting recruited by Mr. Glass in some way. It really brings up a lot of possibilities for this new universe that M. Night Shyamalan has created, and this surprised the hell out of me. I was so excited when I saw this. I was unsure what was going to happen, but once I saw Bruce Willis and he's, Mr. Glass, I was ecstatic that he was able to create such a surprise because he's known for twist endings, but a lot of his more recent twists haven't been well received, and other movies he stopped doing twists altogether. So I was very glad to see, because I was expecting some type of twist, but I was glad to see that it was just a great reveal of this universe and how it was all connected. And knowing what you know at the end, you can kind of go back and realize that it was setting this up the whole time. The way he was talking about like how there are some people in this universe that are evolved, and he's trying to get rid of the people that don't have that ability. And it's kind of like Magneto from X-Men, which is ironic because James McAvoy plays Professor X in the X-Men universe, but now he has like this whole Magneto mentality of, mutants are the evolution of humanity, and all of those who aren't should, become extinct. They're obsolete. So that's why he feasts on the other teens, but realizes that Casey Cook's character actually has like her own, special abilities and something inside of her that makes her worthy to live. So I just thought that this was a great final scene to wrap up the entire movie. I definitely want to watch it again, pick up on, like I've thought back over it since I've seen it, and I've thought about like little things that make sense. Like, and then the whole stuff about her past and the abuse that she dealt with made her more capable in the situation that she was in, and how she knew all of it. Like, I just love the way that they peeled back those layers and it all came together as a whole. I just wanted to touch on those elements specifically. Yeah, so I assume that you guys have already seen this. So tell me what you thought about the last scene. Tell me what you thought about, like, if the entire film was changed because of what happened, or how you felt about it overall. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And if you like this video, please like and please subscribe to my channel for more reviews. As always, have a good one.